Taurus, hi. So this is going to be a reading for mid-March 2026, and I'll do the reading for you, and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Taurus. Why don't I always stretch? I don't know why I stretch. I'm like, just put it in front of you. Oh, I gotta have it all. The overall energy for the reading, the Ace of Cups. Brand new beginning potentially here. There's happiness, there's love, there's good stuff coming up. Good. Starting off the reading, you get the Knight of Wands crossed by the Ten of Wands. Ooh, there's something that shows up here that you feel pretty excited about, but you're giving me a sense of, but it's pretty difficult to go with it, to go there, you know, to do that. I think you're still doing it though, because it is exciting. Okay. In your focus, the Ten of Pentacles, your stability is in your focus, so maybe you're very focused on your home, your work right now, things like that. There seems to be balance there. There seems to be, you know, nice things at play. In the recent past, the Nine of Wands, a little bit of rejection towards something. I don't know what it is. We'll see when we clarify. But in your strength, the Four of Cups, you're upset about something. Who upset you? What or who? I don't know. In the immediate future, the Queen of Wands, you're showing up like a freaking queen / king. You're like, I got this shit. I own this. I got this. You're a little arrogant there with that attitude, but you do feel like, you know, you feel good about yourself there, which is nice. Supporting this reading, the Page of Swords. Okay. Well, with this one, I usually don't get this one like this, but I got it like, things are not what they seem. And I don't know what the fuck that means for this context, but okay. Okay. The energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of it, the Sun, happiness. Happiness is somewhere in there. Squeezed in there. Okay. In your hopes and fears, the Wheel of Fortune, you're hoping for a change, I think, for the better. You know, from pretty resistant energies to pretty open energies here. I think it's happening. You may be in the middle of a change here. For the potential outcome, the Two of Wands. You may have to be patient about something because I see you waiting on something there. Okay, let's clarify. Let's do the Ace of Cups. The Nine of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, the Page of Swords. I mean, it all looks good, and there's a Page of Swords again. It looks good. It looks steady. It looks like you feel balanced. You feel emotionally balanced. Physically, everything looks good there in the sense of, you know, there's a steady pace to you. There's a sense of security that you're feeling. It looks pretty good. It's not over the top, so it's not like that Queen of Wands energy that I got this, you know. Maybe that's what you mean with things are not what they seem. Maybe you're just putting out that energy, or maybe that's how you're being perceived, but you feel, I mean, you look like you're in a good place here. Steady emotionally, physically, and it feels good to you, you know. That's what's important. It doesn't matter that it's not over the top and it's like, you know, none of that matters. It's steady. And it feels like that's exactly what you need right now. Okay. Let's do the Knight of Wands. What is this? For the Knight of Wands, you get the Six of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords. It's almost like the forbidden fruit. There's something that your energy opens up to from this angle of super psyched about it. Like, oh my God. You know? Yeah. I would definitely go there, but you're not. That's the thing. I don't think you are. Or is it this energy that kind of pulls back? It's like a last minute pulling back here. Even though everything is set up for, oh my God, this is so exciting. Let me do the 10 of Wands. The 3 of Wands, the 4 of Wands, the Hermit. Okay. So what makes this energy not come through? This excitement about something. This either it's coming from you that you're excited about something but you're stopping yourself, or this energy that's moving towards you is excited but they're stopping themselves. What makes it hard for this to come through is something relating... oh, is it that then? Something relating to commitment. It's like, okay, this is fun, this is nice, this is exciting, but can I rely on it long term? I think that's the biggest part of what's stopping this from coming through. It's like, okay, well, let's say I do open up to this, and the way it's feeling, it's like it's fun, exciting, but you can't find that thing in it that makes it look like it's gonna last. You know, so at some point you may think, what if it's just a waste of time there, or 5 minutes of fun and then that's it, you know? Like somebody's looking from the angle of lasting, and they're not seeing that in this energy. Okay, so maybe that's why the blockage. All right, got it. And I don't know who's doing that. I'm assuming you, but it doesn't have to be you. The one that's looking from the angle of, is this here to stay? You know? I think it's you, because in your focus you got the 10 of Pentacles that yells stability. Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups, 10 of Swords. It's almost like you're not going to go for anything that speaks to your heart unless it's here to stay, unless it's here to be part of your stability. It's almost like you're making a choice between stable and love, or excitement, or fun, or all of those. Where you're saying, I choose stability. You know? If they're coming here with their heart open and, you know, puppy eyes and all of that, that's going to make me even cry. Nah. I'm not. It's like you're choosing something that you can rely on rather than something you feel something about. Okay. Let me do the 9 of Wands, because the feeling part doesn't have any guarantee that it's going to stay, or it's going to, at least what you have worked on as your stability, you know that it's there. You know, you can rely on it. Something that would make your heart beat a little faster than usual is like, okay, but what if it fades away? I don't know that it's going to stay. Okay. For the 9 of Wands in the recent past, you get the 9 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, the 3 of Cups. You declared war to love, to the concept of love, based on something that happened in the past. That's why you're in this place. Okay. Yeah, you're like, no. I don't want any pain. I don't want any stressing about anything. I don't want any headaches. I don't want any of that. No. And at the end of it all, there's love. So you associate love with all of that, bringing all of that craziness for you as well. I don't know when this happened. It doesn't have to be recent. I put it as recent just as a reference for me. But this could have been a while ago that you've declared war to the concept of love. And more as you grew in this energy, or as you picked this energy up with you, and it's definitely instilled within you, you reach the conclusion of, okay, I choose something I can rely on rather than, you know, my heart beating faster for something. And I think it's one of the, where it's not coming in as conscious. It's not on the surface level where you think that necessarily. So you wouldn't necessarily catch yourself thinking that. But it is an energy instilled within you. So it could be something very subtle in there that you're not even aware that you're doing. For the Four of Cups in your strength, you get the Eight of Wands, the Tower, the Chariot. You've declared war to the universe too. What are you doing? Why are you arguing with the universe here? You're putting some words out there, and they're, yeah, there's some words. You're upset about something. I think about this, that you've ended up, again, kind of pushing love to the side, choosing things that you can rely on, and you may be upset about that, and you're taking it out on the universe. Let me do the Queen of Wands in the immediate future. The Eight of Cups, the Death card, the Seven of Cups. So let me get this straight. If you keep on going like this, right, with all of this declaration of war against your heart, basically, you're going to say no from here on out to any experience that's going to make you feel anything moving forward? Because I kind of see something exciting showing up there, and you're like, pass, next. So are you shooting at pretty much everything from that angle of I choose stability? You know, because that could be interpreted in so many ways that it gets you stuck at some point into the material. Choosing the, like, this table is going to be more important to me than my mom. Yeah. I don't know, I'm just saying. So how far are you willing to take this? You know, this war, which ultimately is against your heart. I don't know. Like, you're good in there. You're giving me a sense of me and me. We make the best team. I love me to death. Okay, but when it comes to others, it's like, unless they can guarantee they're not going to create any commotion, they're going to stay put, and so it's kind of like a control type of a stay here under these conditions and then I'll open up my heart. No. There's what I am kind of thrown off by in this energy is that it starts pretty subtle, where you don't even realize you're at war with the concept of love with your own heart, and then it pushes into somewhere where I don't think it's going to make sense to you either at some point. You know, somewhere extreme in the way you kind of open up to future experiences in your life, you know. Let me do the Page of Swords. For the Page of Swords, in the supportive energies, you get the Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, the Magician. And you're still trying to manifest something from the universe after you gave the universe a piece of your mind there, apparently. And then you're upset because the universe is not responding. How would you suggest it responds after you trashed the universe? If you were to trash me right now, how do you suggest I respond? Lovingly? Being like, hey, yeah. Ironically, the universe would, but you're still carrying that energy of against it. So I see you trying to manifest something here. Manifestation comes from the heart. If you're at war with your own heart, that even though you say, okay, weapons down, heart, yeah, that energy is still there around your heart. So that's how you're coming at manifesting, you know, something, whatever it is that you feel is good for you. So I would first resolve this war that you started here based off of something that already happened. So there's definitely some healing to be done around that it doesn't get you in this place where you just shut down to the concept of love and you choose everything else that you think is going to stay there with you for the long term. And even if it does, how does that help? Because at the end of this journey, are you going to take that with you? Or what are you taking with you? Aren't you taking the energy of love? or supposed to. But if you shut that down, what's left? For the Sun, for the hidden energies, you get the Two of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Devil. You've been carrying this with you for a while. It transformed, and it keeps on transforming in all sorts of ways. If you don't start healing whatever that is, this is going to shift into things that you may not even recognize about yourself. You know, it's pain that you're carrying with you from that experience in the past there. And it got so twisted here that it's just interfering in unhealthy ways in your life, in your future experiences. And it's keeping you apart from experiencing happiness. There's the concept of happiness here. There's you here living under whatever spiraling of this energy of war you declared against love because of that experience. And there's distance here. And it's like, ever since that, you haven't reached this concept of happiness truly. You keep on staying at a distance, and the distance just gets bigger and bigger as this energy just goes around and does whatever it wants throughout your life, if you let it. You know, so this is the part in which you forget all about this, go back to that, and start healing that. And open your heart back up to experiences. You know? Let's do the Wheel of Fortune. For the Wheel of Fortune and the hopes and fears, you get the Hangman, the Seven of Swords, the Justice card. You can't just wait for things to fix themselves. It's not going to happen. You know, and through you carrying these types of energies, there might have been some damage done, you know, to the experiences you've encountered from that point until now. You can't just, you know, sit around and be like, well, I hope things are going to change for the better. That's not going to happen unless you start changing something here. You know, you start with that, you heal that, and then if there's been any damage done along the way, you start to address all of that. You know? But you can't just sit around like this and expect for something, you know, the biggest, better, best change of your life to happen. It's not going to happen with your participation. And then you say, oh, but I'm not doing anything about it. How do you expect to change, you know, anything? How do you expect that change to happen without your participation? No. Let's do the Two of Wands in the potential outcome. The Empress, the Page of Wands, the Five of Wands. Why are you expecting the worst case scenarios here? It's like you're waiting for someone to get mad at you or something. It's like, I'm waiting. So, let's go back to the part in which, you know, I tell you, okay, let's say you treat me like crap and you expect me to respond with love, but the universe would. It's kind of like translating into your relationships here, where it's like, okay, maybe I've caused some harm, so now I'm waiting for the nasty response to that. So it almost feels like there's a little bit of starting to recognize that functioning from this energy of let's declare war against any kind of loving energy possible, especially my heart opening up to other energies, would bring up some sort of, you know, behavior that looks to be a little unhealthy at times. The problem is not, it is, as of now, it is whatever was created here because that wasn't healed properly. You need to go to the core of that, you know, and then start from there. Whatever happened from there on out, yeah, it might have been damaging. Yeah, it might have created some issues. Yeah, it might have, you know, placed you in this energy of expecting the worst now. But you need to start there. You need to start with the beginning of what created this energy that you functioned under, you know. And then whatever damage has been made along the way, take it one step at a time. Just go through it slowly. It's fine, you know. You don't need to fix it all at once because it doesn't work that way anyway. And nobody's asking you to. That's your expectation that, hey, if I start addressing these things, people are going to come at me and they're going to be mad at me. They might. But so what? You're doing this for you, not for them, right? You know, you might meet some people that function like the universe and they're going to be like, no, there's only love here. You know, it doesn't matter. Who the hell knows? You don't know that. But again, it places you in a position of waiting. You know, I'm not going to do anything because I'm scared that people are going to come for me if I do, even if I apologize of who knows what I did. Again, waiting. And we're going back to, how do you expect for change to happen if you're just going to wait around? You know? So you're kind of revealing a lot of subtle, but at times not so subtle energies of what has happened since you declared war to love because of a past experience that obviously wasn't healed properly. You know? So start there. Start with that one. And then in terms of healing, and that doesn't mean go knock at their door so that you heal them. No, you can heal it on your own terms. You don't need whoever that is. You know, but you definitely need to put some healing over the energy in which you decided, I'm no longer going to keep my heart open to love. Unless it's nice and stable. It's not, you know, there's no guarantees like that on love. From the universe for you, you get the Hierophant, the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Cups. You've been, and it keeps you disconnected from you. You know, because we often think, oh, if I don't open up my heart to love out there, then I'm fine. I can love myself. I can just be me and me. No, it kind of keeps you disconnected to you here. You don't have your heart open even to yourself if you choose to not open it to the world. You think you do. You think you do. So it keeps you kind of disconnected from yourself here overall, from your true potential, from who you truly are. So I don't know what the hell happened there in the past, but go ahead and go back there and open that back up and make sure you heal it, not close your heart off based off of whatever happened there. Let's do the Enchanted Heart Oracle. Worthiness, resting, self-discovery, introspection. Number 30. You got a white unicorn with that one. There it is. Even when I'm resting, I'm radiant. I'm a radiant beacon of light. The unicorn comes to you in the stillness of the night, symbolizing the beauty and power of quiet introspection. You're invited to embrace moments of solitude and self-discovery as you come to recognize the ever-present magical spark within. You are radiating magic and divinity. You are regal, powerful, incredible, regardless of whether you are actively pursuing goals or simply taking a moment for rest and recharge. This card encourages you to trust in your infinite wellspring of potential and power. Across the world, the unicorn is recognized as a creature who embodies grace and majesty. I don't know how to read that word. Majesty. I don't know. This card has come through to tell you that you too encompass those qualities and are being encouraged to honor that inherent magnificence within. Take time to nurture your soul, knowing that even in your resting phase, you are a radiant beacon of light and love. Do you feel that you are only worthy of love or respect if you're being productive? When you're not busy or hustling, do you fear that your spark is dwindling? These are important questions to reflect on so that you can reframe the idea of worthiness and significance of rest in your life. Cool. But that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.